Hi, this is Mr. Roche. We're looking at Python and using Turtle to draw, and thinking about functions, definitions, ways to define things. And I was trying to work on a program that would do some drawing. I wanted it to draw a little bit differently than just like a normal pattern. So I came up with something like this, and what I'm asking you guys to do is to come up with something um, similar, more complex, cool, different, innovative, make it look good. So kind of like what I'm doing here. I'll show you a little bit about what I was doing, and I don't want to see a copy of this. I want to see your own work. Um, so I want to see something interesting and good. Okay, not also just not out of control randomness too, so that we understand what we're drawing and things like that. Okay. Okay, so this is what we were doing before. We were using the turtle module. And we said dot, right? Okay, and then what we did is we got some screen coordinates. So we could, do stuff to the screen, and we can change like the background color. Then once you do this, you get kind of a screen object, and you can use its you can use its color settings and things like that. Okay, I went on to the online color picker. I was looking for nice colors. Something like this could be nice. That's kind of dark, but find a good color. I'm going to go back to this kind of green over here. But find that you can either use the hex code, or you can use the RGB values and just put them in. Okay, whoopee. Where'd it go? Here you go. And that will give you background color, right? Okay, and when you run it, it should just give you background here like that. Okay, so that's good. Let's work on the rest of it. Okay, so what we got to do too is we got to get a turtle. So that'll give you the turtle, and okay, we want to set the turtle speed to go fast. Okay, and then following what we did in class, we made a definition to make a shape. So what we did was we made a def called draw shape. Okay, and in class we started out with no parameters or arguments, but what we want to do now is we want to be able to send it a number of sides. Okay, and also, like, I'm going to send it like the length of the side too. Okay, so that it'll be able to take these two and use it. Okay. And what we did was we had to find the angle of the shape. So, like, if it's a square, I need the angle to be 90, and if it's a triangle, I need it to be like 120, and so on. So I'm going to go like this and take the angle to be 360 divided by the number of sides. Okay, and I can make this like an integer when it comes out of it. Okay, you could also use integer division too. Like I think this would work. There's a special math thing that will do this. So we can try this for a second. Okay, so I can try this like right now. And if I go draw shape to call this, I'm going to call it with like 4 sides first and like length 100. It should, what does it do when it goes back? Yeah, it goes back 90. Let's call it with like 5. So it's doing the right thing. It's going to be back 72 right now. So this is a way to do this, okay? So this is called integer division. Okay, which you can use. It's like Python, special Python thing. Okay. So to keep going with this, then we also want to figure out the length of the of the uh, um, of the side. Okay, so and then what we're going to do is we're going to draw that as many times as we need. So we're going to go for I in range of sides. Okay. Then what it's going to do is we're going to say forward. It'll be T forward. For we should have some kind of variable called L, which we'll figure out. L, we call it len or something like that, or side length or something. Is going to equal something. So we have to figure that out. But we'll say T forward for S length, and then we'll rotate at the angle. We'll go T left angle. Okay. Okay. So so this length is basically like one of the sides of like a box you draw around the shape. And what I need to do is if you have more sides, I need to have like the side length kind of go down. So I don't know. I've been messing around with this, and I picked this minus, like, if you have more sides, it's going to be more smaller, right? Things like that. So then you could do something like this, and we can see like different shapes here. Let me see if this will work. Okay. Length my size. What's let me see what the problem is. The problem is I spent length wrong. Let's try that. Okay, so see what it did? It drew like a 5-sided thing. And if I wanted to draw it, like what I want to do is I want to have all the shapes kind of be basically the same. I wonder what would happen if I said 2, but I won't do that. I'll do this and say 4. Okay, so let's see what happens. So it's not bad. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's try like 6. But what I can do is I can I can turn this on now for any kind of shape I want. Like if I want to draw a 6-sided shape, I can do that. All right. And it has some relation to like size and where we are. Okay, so that seems to be going really well. Okay. So then what I want to do, and your homework, is to do more with this to get it to make a pattern and stuff like that, like what we've been doing. Okay, but I want this to kind of run on RGB or on this definition. Okay, so one of the things I might add to it is some randomness. All right, this is our friend random integer, and maybe we could do something like this and have R equal of some number, like let's say like 50 to 255. Okay, and I can do this for green and blue. Okay, and like when I set this thing, I can set the color of it now. I can say T color RGB. Okay, and since these guys are in the def, they'll work. Okay, so if I do this, let's see what happens here. Let's see if I get an error. Yeah, this will work if I just put in a function call again. Dash shape. Like let's say 3 and 100, or 150. So what it does is it does that. So see how the color changes? So it's changing. Okay. We can draw multiple shapes. Okay, so see that's a circle and a triangle. That's good. Okay. and then we can kind of vary this to see what we do. And you can also vary like the line width. There's a way to say like width. Let's say rand int between 1 and, I don't know, let's say like 4. I don't want it to be too wide on me. We could try like 5 maybe. And you could set the width here like this. You can say t width equals w. And then what will happen is you can see how the widths are changing a little bit. Thicker, thinner, thicker, thinner, stuff like that, right? So that's good. And you can use this to kind of make some kind of interesting, pattern. Okay. What we'd love to do is be able to like shift the pattern, move it around too, which would be great. Okay. And we can add stuff to that too, but we'll do that later. But what we need to do is do what we were doing before. So I'm gonna vary this like basically 36 times. Okay, so I'll go for I in range of 36, and what we'll do is we'll say draw shape. Okay, and what would be cool to do is to change the number of the shapes, right? Which you could do like random from 3 to say 7, and you could also vary the length. But I want something better. I want you guys to kind of come up with sort of a better thing. Let's say anywhere from like 60 to 120. Okay. And then I think that will work. And then we just move this a little bit left. We go T left, like say 10, something like that. And let's see what it does. So it's doing that right now, which is cool. Don't know if I love it, but what I was looking for you guys to do is to find something kind of cooler. Okay? But this is how you use a function. There's a function call right here, and this is our function to draw like a shape. All this stuff right here. Okay? So so work on that. Let's see what people come up with. I want to find something interesting here. Okay? And what we're trying to do is vary as much stuff as we can so we can get good at this, like varying color, varying line width. It would be kind of cool to figure out if we could get a shape on, like right next to a shape, like shape here, then shape here, then shape here. So I'm leaving it to you. Okay, I'm looking for interesting work done with this kind of technique, and we can, make as exciting a drawing as we can. Okay, so turn in your turtle. Like give me a link to your trinket. Okay, and just make sure everything works, and we'll look at them in class. Okay, thanks.